Hello scholars, welcome back to, this is now lesson 24, iReady lesson 19. We're on page 192. So this is our read aloud for the independent practice, and as usual you're going to submit these answers into our Google form. So here we have, from print is dead. And just in case you need a refresher, we are going back and we are looking at RI 8.8. We are evaluating an argument. So we are looking for arguments, claims, evidence, and is that evidence relevant while we're reading these passages. And I'm going to just do a little jot down here. You are looking for the claim, you are looking for the evidence, and you are looking for the reasoning or the because. So here we go. Print can't possibly be dead. It's everywhere. After all, books and newspapers exist in abundance and people read them avidly each day. Mounds of printed material sit in stacks upon stacks in stores, offices, and homes across the country and the world. You rarely see someone taking a form of mass transportation, bus, commuter train, etc., who isn't clutching some sort of reading material. The same goes for the hundreds of thousands who travel each day by plane, flying for either business or pleasure. Most airports have a bookstore or newsstand, if not both. And then there are millions of newspapers that are delivered every morning to doorsteps all over the world, folded into thirds like a wallet of information just waiting to be opened. Whole rooms of houses and apartments are lined with books, and some homes even have their own library stacked floor to ceiling with row after row of hardbacks and paperbacks. Furniture and office supply stores feature a dizzying array of bookshelves, while corner kiosks in large cities are like the ice cream trucks for printed material, selling glossy magazines and black and white newspapers. So with all of this ink on paper floating around, print can't be dead, can it? While print is not yet dead, it is undoubtedly sickening. Newspaper readership has been in decline for years. Magazines are also in trouble, and trade publishing, the selling of novels and nonfiction books to adults primarily for entertainment, has not seen any substantial growth for years. More and more people are turning away from traditional methods of reading, turning instead to their computers and the internet for information and entertainment. Whether this comes in the form of getting news online, reading, not asking for this short response. Let's go to page 194. Get on the anti-cancer diet. So here we're looking, of course, for specific lines that we need to mark. So this one is, if you want to lower your cancer risk, begin a rich diet in beans. So that's here. We have a bunch of answer choices here for number 2. So we have line 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, and 17. So we need to make sure that we, in that whole paragraph, kind of keep track. See what our other questions are. Here there's a bunch of questions. There's a bunch of answers that they kind of give you, and that's in 9 to 13, so that's here. It's interesting that that's out of order. And then here there's no line numbers. Here there's also no line numbers, so we're good. Okay. Get on the Anti-Cancer Diet by Anita Gomez. We all know that many of the benefits of eating different types of foods. Calcium is good for our bones and vitamin C is good for our immune system. But did you know that certain foods actually fight cancer? According to some medical and health professionals, they can. If you want to lower your cancer risk, begin a diet rich in vegetables, whole grains, and beans. According to the American Institute for Cancer Research, there are several minerals and vitamins in these foods that have cancer-fighting properties. Laboratory studies show that naturally occurring compounds can work together to protect against cancer. Some phytochemicals, or chemical compounds that occur naturally in plants, may help fight cancer. For example, apples contain flavonoids and polyphenols, which protect the body's cells from damage that cause cancer. Carotenoids, found in vegetables such as carrots, have similar effects. And do you know what puts the blue in blueberries? They have powerful phytochemicals called anthocyanins. These special nutrients may help slow or even stop tumor growth. Scientists say these chemicals can also help reduce the risk of diabetes. Researchers have found that foods rich in the vitamin B folate in the B vitamin folate can help reduce the risk of some cancers. Dry beans and peas, for example, provide a good source of folate. Folate is also found in broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. Folate can help repair damaged cells to help lower the risk of pancreatic cancer. Even the ancient Romans knew about the health benefits of beans and peas. Some Romans were even named after them. For example, the name Cicero comes from the word chickpea. Whole grains may also help reduce the risk of developing some types of cancer. Whole grains have natural plant compounds that can protect cells from being harmed by some cancers. Found in brown rice and wheat bread, Found in brown rice and wheat bread, whole grains are also rich in fiber. Whole grains are found in foods you may eat every day, such as cereal, popcorn, and tortilla chips. Studies show that extra body fat can increase the risk of certain cancers. That's why doctors and health professionals urge people to eat plenty of vegetables and fruits, which are low in calories. Eating whole grains and beans and limiting fatty foods can also help people stay at a healthy weight. While research continues on the health benefits of some foods, it is recommended that people choose whole grain products. According to biochemist Richard Belliveau, some foods not only help fight cancer, but can help prevent it. In their book, Foods That Fight Cancer, Belliveau and co-author Dennis Gingras list specific foods that seem to have cancer-fighting properties. They believe these foods have properties with similar benefits as some man-made medications. They call these foods nutraceuticals. In addition to blueberries and cabbage, these foods include raspberries, oranges, tomatoes, garlic, and onions. Their research shows that there are also cancer-fighting elements in dark chocolate, soy, green tea, and some spices. For example, adding a teaspoon of turmeric to foods each day may help prevent the appearance of colon cancer. Turmeric is a spice used in many Indian dishes. In many respects, these foods possess therapeutic properties on par with those of synthetic drugs, writes Belliveau. We have the possibility of deploying a veritable arsenal of anti-cancer compounds occurring naturally in many foods as a complement to the therapies now in use. Belliveau believes that a diet rich in nutraceuticals may help prevent different types of cancer. Leafy green vegetables seem to be the most beneficial, experts say. Colorful vegetables, such as broccoli, kale, beets, and winter squash, have beneficial nutrients key to a healthy diet. How we prepare and even how we eat our food can make a difference in its health benefits. For example, Belliveau claims that thoroughly chewing broccoli and cabbage helps release cancer-fighting molecules. In fact, the American Cancer Society seems to support some of Belliveau's research. It recommends eating a daily dose of at least 2.5 cups of fruits and vegetables. It also says choosing fish and chicken instead of red meat and processed foods can help improve overall health, and exercise also plays a role in staying healthy. Okay, so I have a quick rant about this passage in the fact that it's fake science. So even though this is trying to sound very scientific, the author is using a lot of words to make it not scientific. So when you read it, what I quickly did is I wrote down any of the words, or I underlined any of the words that are kind of showing that this may not be true. This is a very unsound passage. So according to some medical and health professionals, it may help. It might help. It might help. It's recommended. We believe this. It may help, right? It seems to do this. It could make a difference. It seems to support this. He believes this. He claims this. So in general, this passage does not have sound reasoning, because a lot of what this is an opinion that's being stated as a fact, especially because this article is kind of only quoting one book, the one that's down here, and we don't necessarily know the science that's going here. So just take a second to reflect back on Omnivore's Dilemma, and we talked about how authors might present only one side of the story, and how they might present their opinions as facts, and also how they might leave out details. So here, we don't know what these studies are, and there's more reputable sources like the American Cancer Society that's only quoted here and here. And everything else in between are from these two completely random authors. And we don't know if those authors have any credentials that make them qualified to talk about this kind of thing. So I'm just saying this in general because, right now we are in a bit of a health scare as a nation. So do not look at this and start buying these foods because you think they're going to, help your health. You should buy them because they have lots of vitamins, and that's not a lie. It is a good idea to have lots of vegetables in your diet because that does make you healthy. But linking specific foods to fighting cancer is science that has not been supported by any credible source. So as usual, go through the Google form. Yes, I would like you to do this because the evidence is supporting the claim that limiting red meat and processed foods can be good for a person's health. Use 2 details. Okay. So yes, you are doing the short response because this is not about sound versus unsound reasoning. This is just analyzing the text. So it is still a completely valid response. And again, these passages are due on Monday afternoon because you are going to have the weekend to work on them. If you have any questions, I'm doing my live streams. You can also PupilPath, Gmail, or comment below. Stay safe, stay home, and make good choices. Bye!